Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are continuing Married at First Sight Season 20, Episodes 5 and 6. So yeah, I'm going to do both episodes in this one because it's still the wrap-up between the wrap-up of the honeymoon and to going into them moving into the apartments. So yeah, so we're just going to get on into it. Quite a bit went down. I'm noticing with these couples, the girls are really more reserved. Which, granted, I understand. Granted, it's married at first sight. You're marrying a complete stranger, and they don't want to come off like too much too soon and stuff. So I get it. The guys are just like like I want this, I want that, and everything. But everybody just needs to take it slow, in my opinion. The first couple I want to talk is Adam and Marissa. So once again, like they're the lovey-dovey couple right now. On the honeymoon, when the group got together, they went out by the pool. Adam actually has some swim socks, and everybody was just like, "Why does he have socks in the swimming pool?" And he said that they're swim socks because you never know if you could slip on like playing football and slip and fall, and starting the football and slip and fall or stuff like that. Now Courtney made an ignorant comment saying he has foot fungus, and be like, "Oops, I shouldn't have said that." That's how rumors get started and everything. And so, but I mean, that was pretty interesting. Now, on the second episode with Adam and Marissa, remember the first episode when Dr. Bronson met up with Adam. He was at basically his little lake property, his lake house and stuff and everything, where he said he's brought girls. And then remember, he had to call that one girl to say that I can't see you anymore. I'm about to get married at first sight, basically. And so Adam actually took Marissa around to the lake house and everything, and she was just in awe. She said that like she loves a manly man. There's some things that kind of freaked her out, like there were some hooks like hanging from the wall or whatever that looked a little creepy and stuff and everything. But all in all, she said that she really enjoyed being at Adam's lake property, and they ended up going jet skiing. So that was pretty cool. So continuing the honeymoon as they get back into the real life and stuff and everything. So I mean, but that was basically it. I mean, all the other couples are favoring Adam and Marissa right now because they're the couple that that they're lovey-dovey and everything. So I said that Michelle and Cameron might be the couple that makes it. Maybe they are, but I don't know. I just think something's gonna pop off with them. Something's just gonna happen soon. But right now they're the front runner. They may say yes on decision day, but then by reunion be broke up and stuff. So we'll see. So yeah, but that was Adam and Marissa. The next couple I want to talk is Mecca and Bella Jolie. So Mecca and Bella Jolie. So again, as said in the last video, they're vibing really well. But it's just like but I still feel like it's like a best friend hangout and everything. And he's enjoying every bit of it. Now he's saying that he could walk. He wants her. She wants him to gives him the okay to like touch her rear end and stuff and everything and all that, but he doesn't. But he was, when she asked him, "Can I touch your butt?" He was like, "Let me think about it. Okay, yeah, I guess we could do that and stuff and everything." So they're enjoying the fact of being. They seem like they're enjoying the fact of being married. Just like waking up, just talking crap, waking up next to each other, saying, "Oh, look at my wife, look at my husband," and everything. But they had a deep conversation in these episodes about attraction. I think Mecca asked Bella Jolie, like, "Are you like? Do you feel like one of us is more attracted to each other than the other?" And she's like, what do you think? And Mecca said, "I feel like you're attracted to me 150%. And she was like, 150%? That's crazy and everything. And Mecca was like, I'm attracted to you only 80%. Ooh. Oh, okay. So, so it's like that, huh? Okay, yeah, 80%. I mean, that's good, but like, that's high, but not high enough. That is not high enough. But okay, but I get it. I get it though. Sometimes when you're not fully 100% attracted to someone, you fake it out for as long as you can, especially in this experiment and stuff. You got to really fake it out and just like do things with your partner to gain attraction, the full-blown physical attraction and stuff and everything, to where it's 100% basically and stuff. So later, Mecca and Bella Jolie opened up about their childhood. Mecca opened up to how basically he was a bad kid growing up, and he got kicked out of preschool and stuff. So I thought that was a interesting story. Then Bella Jolie actually gave a sad story. So both of them like are not close with their much with their families basically. Bella Jolie opened up and said that her biological father basically wasn't in her life. I guess her mom told him that like I will not, like, you're not in her life, but I will not pay you child. I will not, like, if you're not gonna be in her life, fine, and I won't come after you for child support. And she said that the father said that is very kind of you, and they never heard from each other again, basically. And then up until like, I think she said she was in her early 20s, she actually found her father and stuff and everything. She said that, what did she say about that? She found him, and like basically is not holding a grudge about him not being in her life that much and everything. And he told Bella Jolie, "Oh, that is very kind of you." So he said that. So her father is saying the same thing. Like, okay, her mom and her are really nice, and they're not out here like giving him like dogging him, calling him a deadbeat, and like he's a piece of crap and everything. Now, a lot of people could say he is all of that, and with his response, that is really kind of you by not going after him for child support. But I do feel, yes, but I do agree with them. I feel like that is very, not saying that I don't want that, but like I'm saying that is very brave of them not to do that. That is that's really big of them, not to go that route, instead of just like, there's a lot of, we see a lot of that in a lot of people's everyday lives. People coming after the father for child support, and deadbeats, and not being there for their kids and all that. We see a lot of that. But you know what? If he don't want to be in there, and they feel like they make it on their own and be successful on their own, so be it. So I thought that was pretty deep. We see them as they were talking, Mecca and Bella Jolie, talking about that, making chicken in the new apartment and stuff and everything. And yeah, they just enjoy, right now they enjoy each other's company, but are they fully attracted to each other? She is, but not him. So we'll see how that plays out later and stuff. So yeah, but that was Mecca and Bella Jolie. The next couple I want to talk is Michelle and Cameron. So Michelle and Cameron, they had a conversation about Cameron's coaching career. As we all know, the season is filmed in Seattle. He had a conversation with Michelle that with coaching, like he's like always has to go somewhere, and he has to be like basically in Portland, Oregon. And he asked Michelle, like, would you want to come with me if I had to move all over, like, especially to Portland? Would you want to come with me? Michelle said, I really want to stay in Seattle, and I definitely don't want to be in Portland. And then they talked about, having kids and stuff again. And once again, Michelle keeps bringing up her fibroids, and she said that she has to have surgery. And if we're going to plan to have kids, like, she said that the surgery has to happen first. And then a year after that is when they decided that they could have kids and stuff and everything. So a lot of talk is just about kids and stuff with Michelle and Cameron and stuff, and then Cameron's like travel, traveling and stuff with basketball and stuff and everything. But he wants Michelle to be with them like throughout that time, and I totally understand that. Now they go to the apartment, like, and prior to them going to the apartment, they had a conversation like, what are your, and I'm glad they have this, like, what are your quirks, what are the annoying quirks, like, what do you want me to do and what not to do that will annoy you? And she said, take out the trash, pick up your dirty laundry, and everything. So he's like, I think I could do that and stuff and everything. So and he feels like he loves like living with Michelle. I feel like they're an awesome couple. I really feel like Michelle and Cameron are an awesome couple, and I feel like they're gonna make it. So yeah, that was Michelle and Cameron. The next couple I want to talk is Tori and Felipe. So right now, I feel like Felipe is actually like really falling in love with Tori. Like he feels like she is awesome, and she's awesome, and he's opened up about all his mistakes and everything. But right now, Tori's right now being quiet about it. I really want to know what she's really thinking and stuff. Now, up to until the end of the second episode, they have not been intimate. Now, same thing. They had a conversation about what's it going to be like living at home and stuff and everything. And Felipe said that on a scale of 1 to 10, how dirty are you? And he's like he said he's a 5, and she was like, why are you at a 5? Like, what are you doing? And Felipe said, well, you know what, when I'm by myself, I'm pretty messy, but if I have a girl over, I'm pretty clean. Basically, she was like, okay. Okay, so okay, whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, they had they had a conversation about cleanliness and hygiene and stuff and everything. Um, Felipe just is trying to like reassure Tori that he is like a great guy, that he's basically in this all for the right reason. He's like trying not to like come on too strong and not love bomb her, because he said that does get him in trouble in the past and everything. But we've seen them have a date, and then they do some dancing and stuff and everything. It was really cute. Now they move into their apartment, and it starts off really well with them. They're like, same thing, enjoying each other's company, holding each other, kissing each other, and then at the end of this of episode 6, we seen them actually on their couch and making out and everything, and they take it to the bedroom. And Tori comes out and says that finally that her and Felipe were intimate. But the thing is that when she was in the bedroom being intimate with him, she said that she felt really suffocated. She said Felipe didn't do nothing wrong. The intimacy was not bad or anything, but like, I don't know, it's just maybe the house, like the room was like a cluster for her and everything. Like maybe it was too hot and stuff and everything. And she said that she had to come out and sleep on the couch because when she got back on the couch, she felt like she could breathe. So she said there's just some kind of felt suffocated. She just said that she just really wasn't ready. Realistic. She kind of feels guilty of doing that because, like, they're all strangers still at this point, and she wanted to take it slow, which I understand. I understand that, but you are married, but I totally get that. I totally get that. So she kind of feels really guilty about being intimate with him. And yeah, like I said, I understand that. So now judging by the preview, she wants to really like start like backing away and be like, okay, we need to really take this slow and stuff and everything. So I do feel like Felipe is going to try, but something just tells me he's just going to screw it up. I don't know how. So yeah, that was Felipe and Tori. The next couple I want to talk is Caitlyn and Devin. Caitlyn don't want to be married. She don't want a relationship. we've seen them on the honeymoon. Now they're getting along at the honeymoon. They're dancing. They're taking a dance class. They're going and they're going places, and she's feeding him this and that. They're having nice conversations, but we seen Caitlyn and Courtney have a conversation, and they're just like, Devin feels like Caitlyn is playing that game that she wants him to miss her and stuff. So basically, she's one of those people who really, really wants her space. I get it, but to an extent. Okay. Devin is starting to get really frustrated because like she does shut down quick and everything, and like he just feels like he's not getting what he really wants out of this marriage with her so far, and like she's like runs away a lot. So in these episodes, we also got, this is the episode where they got to meet with the therapist and stuff. When they met with Dr. Pass, and she said that, Caitlyn said that she doesn't want to feel like she's being like the villainized because of this. And Dr. Pass said, like, she asked him, are you guys attracted to each other? And she was like, yes. And she told Devin, like, you have to cut her some grace. Like, she's attracted to you. And she didn't hesitate. She was just like flat out, yes. Like, crying out loud, you guys only been together for a week, basically. So like, give it time and everything. Now, Caitlyn said that she said she's done a lot of those things, like, dancing with them and doing all that stuff. So like, what's the problem? Okay, that's all well and good, but that's only on your convenience. You're only doing all that stuff like when it's convenient for you. And I understand at times like everybody, yes, needs their own space, but when you need your own, like, because nobody wants to be smothered. He said he doesn't want to smother her, and they don't, and she doesn't have to be, but I don't know. It's just that I think that in my opinion, when someone, okay, yes, you have to give someone their space, but if they're constantly, like, even early want that space and stuff, it does drive a wedge between them, because you want to continue to get to know them. And if one person, okay, I'm in the mood to get to know you right now, so okay, let's get to know you. Okay, we'll get to know you. Okay, we got to know each other, now I want my space. So that when I don't feel like I want my space anymore, I come back to you. And so we can't keep playing that game, especially when you're married. And so there has to be a balance between your space and trying to get to know, and especially in this experiment, your spouse, in my opinion. So I don't know. I just think that Caitlyn is just not like, into this right now. And speaking of being not into it, let's talk about Nick and Courtney. Courtney is way in her head, and I don't know with her. I don't know exactly what she wants, basically. So I understand like there's some hesitations because Nick has been on other reality dating shows and stuff and everything. Now, in the last episode, she was complaining that, everything was boring. And then, and then she just started like talking about like what she wants, that she don't want. Now, I agree with Courtney on one thing. She said that, she's never had a one night stand, and she doesn't want to like hook up with him like right away. And I get that because they're still strangers and stuff and everything. But I don't know. She said that she feels like he's probably like wanting to be more like physical in that aspect, and she doesn't want that. She said it will flow when she wants it to, and it will flow naturally. But she just feels like, we're not getting nowhere. Now they had a conversation. Now they gone on some dates, and they talked about it and everything. And she told him that, the other day, I really wanted you to like throw me into the water, just basically spice things up a little bit, basically, and everything. And he said that he just doesn't want to, basically offend, because you never know what to do. If we do it, like, will you be mad? If you don't do it, like, what's up and everything. So they also met with Dr. Pass and everything, and they talked about the wedding and everything. And Dr. Pass asked them like, what are your turnoffs with each other? And Courtney said that the turnout that she has is that he's not a handyman. He's not much of a handyman. So Dr. Pass was like, so he can't change a light bulb. Now I'm sure he can change a light bulb. He can't change a light bulb. But when they asked Nick what are her turnoffs, and he was like, I haven't really thought about it. Maybe cockiness. He was joking when he said that. And he was like, maybe cockiness and stuff. But I haven't really thought about an actual turnoff with her and everything. She's just like I said, Courtney is just way into her head. She's overthinking everything right now. And I have not seen Nick really be that pushy with her. And it's almost sounded like she's taking it that way. You know, Nick says that he feels like they're still in the friend zone at this point, but he's enjoying everything. I think he's enjoying it more than she is. But she's just right now still in her head. And she asked them, like, when you were on these reality shows, like, what's like he was like, I'm always out there I'm always out there trying to find love. I'm like serious about finding love and stuff and everything. So I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said the other day, I said that I feel like that Courtney is just going to be that person this season that we're just going to be like, ugh. But I'm starting to think that it may not just be Courtney, it may be Caitlyn, or it may be the next couple we're about to talk about is Dr. Sean and Nikki. Yeah, I cannot get a read on this couple. And same thing. Every year on Married at First Sight, there's always that couple that I always have, I can't get a read on. Sean and Nikki, 1 minute they're bickering with each other, next minute they're all lovey-dovey, then they're bickering, then they're all lovey-dovey. So same thing with Sean and Nikki as with Mecca and Bella Jolie. They want to, like Sean told her, like, oh, you could touch my butt. Like, I want to feel that, like, attraction and stuff and everything. Nikki made it fully clear that she's not really all that attracted to Sean, especially not sexually. And remember in the last episode, they got into that big argument about, like, waiting a while before they're intimate and stuff. Now, Sean is seeing Sean says that they share kisses and stuff and everything, and he feels like that's a form of intimacy, maybe a little, okay. And then, but Nikki says that, you know, when I kiss you, it's not to play like patty cake and everything. It's to explore and stuff. And he was just like an explorer, like how you just made it really clear that you're not attracted to me in that kind of way and stuff. So they just go back and forth with that conversation and stuff. So when they move into the apartment, apparently they got into a big fight at the airport. They started out at the airport coming from Mexico back home, getting along. And then they got into another big argument, and he called her crazy and aggressive and everything. And she stood up, and he's like, you stood up, and she was like, no, I stood to try to lead the situation before it escalated. You called me crazy and everything. So it just turned into a whole big thing. They're arguing and screaming back home, and then Nikki said, like, I will feel more comfortable if you sleep on the couch. And he's like, I'll sleep on the couch, but let me just get my underwear and stuff. Like if I have to wake up in the middle of the night to get my underwear or go to the shower or something. And she's like, you can't do that now? You can't do that now? And she's like, what? You don't want my stuff in here right now? And she was like, not really. And so he sleeps on the couch. And yeah, so then the next day they did make up. And he's back on the bed, but the only thing I can read with this couple is that Nikki is not attracted to him. She is not attracted to him at all. She's not attracted to his dad bod and stuff, as she calls it. She ain't attracted to him. But and what he's trying to do, he's trying to pull, like, he wants, you know, like I said in the beginning, all the guys want that reassurance, like, hey, do you love me? Do you like me? Are you attracted to me? Can we do this? Can we do that? And all the girls are basically like, let's just take it slow. Let's just take it slow. We don't do the hookups and stuff like these guys do, basically. So I get where the girls are coming from, like with their mindset with this, but I also see the guy's point of view because, as a man, and I'm like this too, I always want that assurance, like, okay, am I doing this right? Do you like me? Like, what are your likes? What are your dislikes? And it's not me overthinking it. It's just like, wanting everybody to be on the same page. Not everybody's going to see it that way. Some people will take it the wrong way and make you feel a certain type of way with another way. But when you're trying to get to know somebody, it is what it, that you just gotta, I don't see any harm in asking questions. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, guys, that was basically it. Like I said, Michelle and Cameron, he said that he loved spending time with her at the airport and coming home. They said that was nice and everything. I forgot to mention that. Felipe and Tori, I forgot to mention this in the last video. They had a conversation on episode 4 about religion, and he said that Tori has a very spiritual family, but Felipe is an atheist. Now, he said that his family was Catholic, but he's an atheist. So, and I think they had a conversation about baptism, I believe, but he said that I believe he said that they'll figure something out with that. So, but I thought that was pretty interesting that he's an atheist. But whatever floats your boat, no judgment here. But yeah, guys, that was basically it for this week's episodes of Married at First Sight. Like I said, breaking them down into 1 to 2 videos, since they air 3 episodes a week, is a lot easier. This was a lot easier for me to cover than just doing all 3 at once and being all over the place. Again, this is all over the place, but sometimes some couples are getting more airtime than the others. So now, judging by the previews of next week, there's going to be a couple that is not going to make it to decision day, and I'm starting to think that might be Sean and Nikki. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, to all my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy my content. For those who are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Let's continue to build this page. I'll be back on tomorrow and Monday to recap 90 Day Fiancé. So we're back into the 90-day swing, and we'll repeat this whole cycle again next week. So thank you guys again, and I'll see y'all again soon. Love you guys. Bye.